All right, we have Coach Mark Lineburg from Brookville. Brookville's coming off a 3-7 season. And Coach Lineburg is in his second season at Brookville. We have on the right Lincoln McDaniel, quarterback, and Cam Thomas, CAM, at receiver and safety. Coach, we'll open it up to you for comments first, and then for questions.
Well, 3-7 last year, so we've got a long ways to go, but we have really worked hard at it. We've had a great off season. Our guys have been really committed to the off season. We've had a great attitude. We've had an incredible work ethic in the off season. So I mean, we will be a better football team, that is for sure. But the Seminole district is obviously the best district, I think, for schools our size in the state of Virginia. So it's a tall order. We'll compete and we'll see how we'll do. But we're proud of where we are right now.
For you, Coach, when you guys are trying to get through that ceiling and get back to 500 or better football, is there added importance to starting fast, knowing that the district can get challenging and can snowball one way or the other?
I think that's really important for us. I mean, I think just as much as anything, we've got to win possessions to start the season off. I mean, just possessions. I mean, there was a lot of games we didn't win possessions last year. I mean, just getting first down after first down or getting stops and getting off the field. I mean, I think that's just basic building blocks that we've got to get to. So I think that early momentum against Appomattox is traditionally really, really good. Allegany's coming off a good football season. I suspect Halifax will be better. And we get right in the Seminole district play after that. So I mean, it's going to be, yes, we need to start off well in this league. That is important.
Coach, stepping back onto the sidelines for yourself, any big takeaways you have from last season in terms of getting back in the swing of things and making play calls and getting guys on the right path?
I think you always learn when you go back and you do something, and for each season you turn the page and you see what you can reflect on and what you assessed and how you can get better. And when the season was over, we interviewed each player on our team and we talked about each how we can improve and what we could do better. And we talked about things such as being more disciplined and being a team that would compete. And those are our mottos, and that's where we've been with it. And we have done that in the off season. Now, our goal is for that to translate into games, and we'll see where it goes. I mean, I think we will certainly be a better football team, and because we've worked at it that hard. Our guys are going to fight hard this year because we've worked at it that hard.
Coach, talk about maybe the staff that you have right currently. Obviously, the biggest news in the media, I guess, was bringing Logan in. But maybe just talk about all of those guys and where they fit in.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we're really proud of the coaches that we have at Brookville. From Logan Thomas, who's just, I mean, I won't say this about Logan specifically. I mean, he is such a humble guy. I mean, this guy's played in the NFL, and obviously he knows more football than our coaches. I mean, he's done football all day long for a long period of time, and yet he gives kids rides home from school, and he comes to practice inside, and oftentimes in the library when we're practicing football or working on offensive plays. And back in the spring, he's signing autographs at the same time. I love his humbleness and all that. But I want to pivot from that and say, the talk of Brookville for the last couple of years is coaches and all that kind of stuff. The high school football is about the players on the football field. That's what it's about. It's not about the coaches, and it's not about any of that. We have guys, and we've worked to put the best people we can in front of our guys. But the magic of high school football is the kids who play the game on Friday night, such as Lincoln and Cam and the other kids on our team who've worked their butts off to really be good football players. And that's the story. It's not about the coaches. It's about the players.
Lincoln and Cam, how important is the weight room?
The weight room is really important. Last year, we were definitely a smaller team compared to everyone else. And this year, we've definitely gained a lot of muscle and lean muscle. I've gained 20 pounds since last year, and that's just a big improvement from us being in the weight room every day.
I agree with that too. I've also gained a lot of weight and muscle, and we've been dying in there, man, every single week. And I think it's really important to be a part of the team and bond together as well.
Lincoln, I know you got some other receivers on the team and some other weapons, but talk to me about the chemistry you've been forming here with Cam. I'm sure you've been working quickly together here over the last few weeks and getting ready for the season. So talk to me about your connection with him and then also the other guys on the team.
Ever since Cam moved from Cali, we've been going to the field off and on. Some weeks we've been going after practice, throwing routes, same as the other receivers. Trevor Johns, he's been coming with us. My brother Camden, we all go. It's just Blake goes to his brother, so we've just been getting chemistry, so we have it ready down.
How important is it for a quarterback to have a good chemistry with the offensive line?
It's really good. You don't want to be nip and nappy with them in the middle of a game. You want to trust them and know that if you get hurt, that they'll come and get you, and that y'all can just fix it out in the middle of the game instead of bickering and arguing. That's what just brings the team down with the O-line and quarterback.
Can you talk about your journey to Brookville and kind of like what you want to bring to the field this year?
I would say I would want to bring just like a greater team bond. Like, I think chemistry is super important and having fun. I feel like as if the more fun we're having together, the more dominant we will be. And that kind of started with our journey coming to here. We moved during the middle of the school year actually, so we could form a better bond with our teammates. So instead of finishing the school year off in California, we came like a day before New Year's, and we just been building that chemistry ever since.
Coach, who do you feel like is the best teacher of football skills within your staff, and why?
I think one of the best ones, one of the best additions we have on staff as far as teaching skill is Dustin Russell, who came to us from Rustburg. I mean, I think he's really got tremendous expertise especially on the offensive line, and I think his insight is going to be tremendously. He's going to have tremendous impact on our football program. I'm just really, really proud of the work he's done, and his technical knowledge is really impressive, and he works at it really, really hard. So I think him, and then I think we have two young guys too that are technically very, very sound that are often overlooked because they are so young, but especially in the weight room and then in the skill positions. That's Dylan Anufer and Michael Glaze, who are both, I just wholly expect them to be head coaches one day in the future for some school somewhere. They have all what it takes. Both of them were outstanding Brookville Bees and obviously great players for the Bees in the past, and they're great young coaches.
For you, Coach, blending players that have the history and pedigree at Brookville that are now on your coaching staff with other coaches who may not have been at Brookville but have the head coaching experience, how much and why are those two common traits that you seem to have looked for in this coaching staff and support staff?
Well, I mean, I think that Brookville is a place of pride. I don't think all schools are like that. I mean, I've probably been around as many schools as anybody in the country. I mean, that's been my career. And I think there's certain places that are really, really special, and Brookville is one of them. There's a deep brotherhood or bond, especially in Brookville football, that goes back to people like Jim Worley and Bunker Hill and Eddie Martin, and it's just always been consistent that people who played for Brookville and coached for Brookville kept up with Brookville. And I remember being a head coach and winning big games, and Eddie Martin being a coach at GW Danville calling and congratulating me. I mean, that was so important to me, and it meant a lot to me. I remember Jim Worley on the sidelines. I mean, fussing at the officials as principal of the school. He's former head football coach there, and the players that have played for Brookville, they constantly reach out to you and come to practice. Often come to practice and watch us practice, and so I think that speaks well of who Brookville is. And you look at the Seminole district, you just walked out of here. Jamar at EC Glass is a great football coach, and he's a Brookville Bee. He wore the maroon and gold too. JT over at Jefferson Forest is a Brookville Bee. And there's such connections to Brookville here, and we're proud of that. And we want to, we're working hard to reclaim where we are with it, and last year was my fault of where we were with it, and this year we've worked hard to improve on it, so we'll be there. We'll work hard to be better. We will be a better football team.
Cam, we're going to try to fine-tune this one. Describe your relationship with Logan, the coach, and particularly Logan, the coach at Brookville.
I know the guy pretty well. Yeah. I would say we have a good relationship. Ever since we moved back, it's kind of like, I feel like it's more coach mode when we're at Brookville, but when we're at home, it's dad. And I think that just kind of like builds our relationship even better. It makes me want to work harder for sure, like having my dad there as my coach. And yeah, I feel like he's the same thing with my brothers. I feel like it boosts all of us. Like, I don't know.
Does he coach you harder than anybody else?
I would say he coaches me equal, but I feel like Dad definitely has a little bit more higher standards than I feel like Coach would. But yeah.
We'll ask it of you now, since you're the quarterback. Does Coach Logan coach Cam harder than anybody else?
No, actually, he actually treats everybody the same. He does pick on some of the skills and whatnot, but he will take them down in practice sometimes, like just messing around. But other than that, I ain't really not.
Lincoln, big leader on this team this year. What are your goals personally?
To have a better season than the last two, just lead a better season and hopefully put everybody on the right path.
Thank you guys. Appreciate you so much.